What's up, guys?
Last night was a very good all-around performance by the A's as they ended the hottest team in baseball's 12-game winning streak. The green and gold were sparked early by David DeJesus' 3-run blast and led by Brandon McCarthy's outstanding effort on the mound. Tonight, Detroit sends Doug Fister to the hill. The familiar Mariners nemesis has won 5 games for the Tigers and might be the key trade of the year as he has helped catapult them on their recent run. The A's look to keep the boys from Motown from clinching at the O.K. Game 2 next.
Baseball on Comcast Sports Net. Ray Fosse, I am your father.
Well, it's a big night at the ballpark. Big crowd expected. Fireworks with a Star Wars theme, if you haven't figured it out just yet. And it's game 2 of the 4-game series. It's the Detroit Tigers and the Oakland A's coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, once again, the A's will try to play spoiler tonight and keep the Tigers from celebrating. And, Ray, it'll be Trevor Cahill who has won his last 2 starts.
Interesting about his last 2 starts, he's only gone 5 innings in each of those 2 starts, yet a win for them. But just trying to get 12 outs saved, that's a little tough to do. But Trevor pitching much better. He needs to continue to rely on his 2-seam fastball. His breaking pitch, his curveball is outstanding, and his changeup. If he uses those pitches effectively, he can be the winner that he was last year. He will not get to 18 wins, but against the Texas Rangers last Saturday, did a great job on that Saturday afternoon, especially against a very good hitting ball club. All of his pitches working again, just too many pitches early in the game, and as a result, he came out after 5 innings, but as we mentioned, he got wins in both of those starts.
Tigers will send Doug Fister to the mound. They acquired him from the Mariners, and Ray, with Seattle, he pitched pretty well, didn't get any run support. Now with the Tigers, he's pitching well, and he's getting run support.
That's a great combination. He's a very good pitcher. He showed it in Seattle, and that's the reason Detroit Tigers tried to acquire him, because of his ability to pitch, and yes, giving some run support. He is outstanding. Remember a couple of years ago, he was right here at the Coliseum pitching. I think made his major league debut, but a very good pitcher, and obviously showing it now with the Tigers, and that great lineup scoring some runs.
So the Tigers hope tonight is the night they get the division title. The A's, they don't want anything to do with it. They'd like to delay it at least another day. So game 2 of the 4-game series, it's the A's and the Tigers coming up from the O.K. Coliseum. We'll have lineups and first pitch in just a moment.
Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T, by 95.7 The Game, the Bay Area's only FM sports station, and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Well, the Tigers hope tonight's the night. The A's don't want anything to do with it. And the A's have taken the field. Get set for game 2 of this 4-game series. A's and the Tigers. Let's check the game time weather. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. Cool night, 58 degrees. And fireworks coming up after the game. A heavy Star Wars theme tonight around the ballpark. And that is what the fireworks theme is all about tonight as well. So we'll have some fun with that. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Detroit Tigers tonight. It'll be Austin Jackson. He's going to lead it off, followed by Don Kelly. Kelly being right, Delman Young and left. Cabrera at first, Martinez the DH, Avila the catcher, Peralta at short, Wilson Betemit at third, and Ramon Santiago is the second baseman.
It's just White Rabbit again here at the Coliseum. And let's see, today is Friday's got one more start. Get your White Rabbit one more time. Turner Cahill, who looks for his 12th win tonight, as we mentioned, 2 wins in the month of September. This is his 3rd start. Great start against the Tigers. His 5th of the season. 8 innings, giving up just 1 run. Got a new haircut. He's ready to go tonight.
Leading off for Detroit.
So Cahill set to roll, and
number 14,
he will face Austin Jackson, who steps in. All right, here's what's going on tonight, folks. That gentleman right there is going to try to run a marathon, 26 miles, and he's going to try to do it during tonight's game. He's going to start running on the first pitch. He's off. And whatever time this game comes to an end,
he's walking.
He's going to try. He ain't going to be walking for long. He is going to try to do a marathon during tonight's game. How about that? So we're going to keep a close eye on this gentleman.
So if the game goes 3 hours, he'll be running for 3 hours, huh?
Luke Peterson from the U.S. Coast Guard is his name. And he's done it before, under 3 hours. And so he figures he's got a pretty good shot.
So now, does he have to go 26 miles for the marathon?
It's a marathon, baby.
So, I mean, so no matter what time, so if the game's going to be an hour and a half, he's got to do it in an hour and a half?
Well, I'm saying he's going to watch the flow of the game, and if the game's going quickly, he's going to start speeding up a little bit. His best time is 2 hours and 55 minutes. There you go. So the first batter of the game, Austin Jackson, bounces out. So that's out number 1. So we're going to have some fun tonight. We got a marathon.
He is. We're going to have a lot of great time.
Matsui, Crispin, DeJesus in the outfield. Sogard, Pennington, Weeks, and Allen on the infield, with Landon Powell doing the catching tonight.
Well, it's great to see Landon behind the plate tonight. Of course, went down to AAA, but he's been behind the plate with Trevor Cahill several times this season. And a lot of success for the right-hander.
So Don Kelly steps in.
In fact, the 12th start behind the plate for Landon Powell with Trevor on the mound. Now, if Mark Burley and Mark Muller were pitching, he'd have to do it about an hour and a half.
He'd be
hour 40.
So again, his best time is 2 hours 55 minutes. The average time of game for the A's this year is 2 hours and 53 minutes. There you go.
Well, he's in the barbecue chair, so if he gets hungry, he can just ask for some food.
He's got to keep moving, though. 26
That's fine.
miles.
I mean, they drink water.
Line drive into the glove of Brandon Allen. It's out number 2. So you think it's busy tonight? Well, before the game, it was a weather. Congratulations to the bride and groom.
Check out the shoes over here. See that?
Good looking couple, and they're off to the races. They did that about maybe 40-45 minutes before tonight's game.
Are they off to the races with the guy out with the running the marathon?
No, they probably got a few other things in mind. I think they'll be running a marathon tonight. They're going to have a good time. They just got married. Allen leaps, and he caught it. Nice play by Brandon Allen, a broken bat off the bat of Delman Young, and Trevor Cahill with a 3 up, 3 down, top of the third. Scores and why they're important. Doug Fister takes the mound tonight for the Tigers, and this is the lineup that he will face. Coco Crisp will lead off. Weeks will hit second tonight. That's Matsui, Willingham, DeJesus, Pennington, Allen, Powell, and Sogard.
And right-hander Doug Fister on the mound for the Tigers, and you see his numbers overall: Seattle and Detroit. Not good, 8-13, but he's won 5 with the Tigers, and pretty good run support for the right-hander, something he did not get in Seattle. 4-pitch pitcher, fastball tops out about low 90s, but good movement on his fastball. 2 and 4 seamer plus the curveball, slider, and changeup. Good to see Coco Crisp back in the lineup, but how about the lineup of Coco leading off and Jamal Weeks hitting second? That had been reversed when the two were in the lineup.
Coco hitting .271.
Said to Jamal, I said, now that you're hitting second, Coco gets on. He took a lot of pitches for you, so you could steal. You have to do the same thing. He says, oh no.
Give him that lead in the American League in steals.
Fake that mark, get the bat out there, and distract the catcher. And if you're going to do something, you better distract this guy, because Avila is very good at throwing out base runners. Given any chance by his pitcher, he is good.
Coco 7 homers, 48 runs batted in. A's come in with a 68 and 82 record. It is game number 151 for the Athletics. They're 41 and 34 at home, and they've won 4 of the 7 games played so far against these Tigers. This one's lifted towards center, where Austin Jackson is under it. Here's the Tigers' defense tonight. Young in left, Jackson in center, Kelly in right, Betamich, Peralta, Santiago, Cabrera on the infield with Avila in contention. So here's Weeks. It's good to have Weeks back in the lineup.
Played it smart last night as he feeling a little bit, so they decided to shut him down for an extra day. When in doubt, take the extra day, especially if you rely on your legs, as this gentleman does. The guy running.
So he's got 2 miles in him. 301 the average for Weeks, with 29 runs batted in.
So essentially he's got to do about 3 miles an inning, right?
Yeah, that would be about right.
So if that's
Well, you know what? Obviously, he's done it before. He's done 5 marathons, and he's got a ball game to watch. That's not all bad.
That's great. And he does, well, I wonder if he does incline on the treadmill instead of just doing flat ground all the time.
Toward the second baseman, Santiago, and throws out Weeks.
The Dodge Charger keys to the game, worked fast, so this guy doesn't have to ride forever. For Pfister, he's very familiar but dominant as a Tiger. He pitched against the A's early in the season and went 6 innings, giving up just 1 run. And how about the long ball for the Athletics? Continues to help them. And the A's last night, 3rd time this season, hitting 3 in 1 game. And Josh Willingham wasn't one of them. David DeJesus, whose hand today is much better, by the way, said that he had to shake it off, but he felt much better, especially after the interview. He got a chance to explain exactly how he got his hand out of the way and avoid getting hit seriously.
Hideki Matsui steps in. Matsui playing left field tonight.
What do they call that hill in Boston for the Boston Marathon? The one that's the real, towards the end.
Grind it out?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
But I don't think, unless this guy's got his elevation on his treadmill, he's going to be running flat. He could run forever. Yeah.
I'd keep it flat if I were him. 2 pitches bounced toward Cabrera, who charges, steps on the bag side, retired. Both pitchers 3 up, 3 down inning. We're headed to the second. No score.
$10,000 fans will receive a Moneyball t-shirt presented by Pepsi Max, and Jonah Hill is scheduled to throw out the first pitch. For tickets and to learn how you can get a free pass to see the upcoming feature film, go to oaklandathletics.com/Moneyball. Tim Hudson, starting pitcher for the A's in the 20th consecutive win game, a no decision with 11-run support early in the game. No decision. How unlikely was that?
2-0 to Cabrera, who will be followed by Martinez and Avila here in the second inning. Cabrera had a couple of walks last night. So the Tigers keep an eye on a score, and that's the Indian score. The Indians are winning 6-2 in Minnesota in the 7th inning. Now, if the Indians were to win, or I take that back, if the Indians were to lose, then Detroit would win the division.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
But the Indians are winning. So if I confused you, I apologize.
No, you're right. It's Tigers. If the Tigers win, regardless, they win it. But
exactly.
if the Indians lose, anytime, really.
Yeah, that's right.
It's over.
So if they were to lose that game tonight, then Detroit would win. But
Number 41, Victor.
doesn't look like that will be the case.
Well, you see how close Jim Leyland is to Bud McClendon, hitting coach. 12-game winning streak. Finally changed his undergarments. 12-game. Talk about superstition. Last night, nobody was standing next to him. Now Leland's his best buddy.
Yeah, well.
Or he's Leland's best buddy. Not that they lost, but.
You know what? I'm going to let the analyst handle that.
Well, but it's true. The undergarments, take it for what it's worth. But, there's certain superstitions that you just don't break up. And they had a 12-game winning streak. And so. Had a hitting streak at Alvin Dark when he's managing. Saw some, we get superstitious. You wear the same thing, and he discarded a part of my clothing, and
he did.
He got upset. I grabbed it. I said, "You can't do that." Check out. There's fireworks tonight, September the 16th. That's on the left side, down towards the end. Star Wars. It's not on there. That was the theme for tonight. But the fireworks, September the 16th.
3-0 now to Victor Martinez.
Well, look out here, and this Tiger, especially this part of the batting order, I would think they have the freedom to swing if they get a pretty good pitch. And great thing about Trevor Cahill, movement on his fastball. Very hard for him to throw the ball straight.
And that one just missed outside. So back-to-back walks. With the Star Wars theme tonight, Darth Vader for the first pitch. And there's the man.
Number 13, Alex Avila.
Neil Wagner, recipient of that first pitch.
Everybody's having a good time tonight. So Alex Avila steps in with a couple of runners on and nobody out. And Avila bounces one at the plate. Avila was 1 for 4 last night. He's got 19 home runs, 77 RBIs, and a .301 batting average.
I think you said it best. Last year he was up, did not catch that much. Gerald Laird did a lot of the catching, most of it, as a matter of fact. But this year it's all Alex Avila, and the future is Avila. And I would think the Tigers would be very interested in locking him up to a long-term contract.
Good catcher who can hit. Oh boy, you get one of those, especially if they're young.
A nice young man also. Said going to the University of Alabama was the best thing that ever happened to him. Made him a man. And rare to be drafted by a team, the Tigers, and then go to 3 years of college and then drafted by the same team, the Tigers. And he signed with them at that point.
So they really liked him.
Yes.
So 1 and 2. Not a lot of speed on the bases for the Tigers. Johnny Peralta in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. Change up, and Cahill gets the strikeout. 1 out here in the second.
Well, that's Trevor Cahill at his best, especially to throw it hard and there's nothing ball. Just a ball that comes out of his hand looking like a fastball. Avila saw it, looked good, and then way out in front on the pitch. And one of those you tip your hat to the pitch thrown by the pitcher.
Peralta takes down and away. 19 homers, 80 RBIs for Peralta. He is hitting over 300. 303. Peralta, they acquired him last year. We talked about that last night. But he was also a free agent then at the end of the year, and the Tigers decided that they were going to re-sign him and let him play shortstop. They gave him a 2-year, $11 million contract. Remember when he was in Cleveland, people in Cleveland weren't real happy about his play at shortstop. They thought maybe it was time to move to third base, which I think he did with the Indians. But he's back at short with the Tigers, and he's done extremely well.
Nice win at Drupal. Cabrera took over, and of course Cabrera there now, one of the stars for the Indians.
Grounded. Sogard ranging to his left, out at second. The throw to first, not quite in time. So fielder's choice for Peralta, 2 outs.
Took a long time for the play to develop, and especially with Sogard having to range far to his left, and that gave Peralta a chance. At least the throw by Weeks made it close at first base, but Peralta runs too well, and just simply the fact that Sogard had to cut in front of the shortstop Pennington to make the play happen, and they almost turned 2. Sogard playing second last night, third base tonight, showing his versatility and allowing Bob Melvin to give guys a night off. Nice play, ranging and catch the ball and make sure you get the 1 out at second. If you turn 2, it's a bonus, but at least get 1 run.
Bedamine, a big bouncer. Allen has it. Steps on the bag. Side retired. So a couple of walks do not hurt Cahill, and we're headed to the bottom of the second. Looks like a 4 up there in front of him. He's got 4 miles in. So Willingham to lead it off. Luke Peterson, our marathoner.
What does he get or not get if he does or doesn't run that?
He's a lieutenant, though, so he can have whatever he wants.
Well, one thing we know for sure, it will be dark once the game is over for fireworks.
Yep.
Started at 7:05 local, and as a result, dark.
Willingham towards center. Hit pretty well. Jackson's going back, and that is gone. Willingham homers, number 27, and the A's lead 1-0.
Unbelievable. Just the 5th at bat against this right-hander, and you talk about jumping on a curveball. Josh Willingham is strong, folks. He is strong, and it doesn't matter what park he's hitting in. Watch him just jump on this curveball. Hanger, front foot planted, and crunch. And it hit up high on the center field wall.
They'll give him 92 RBIs.
It's career best home runs, right?
Yeah. Jesus had the big home run last night.
Just a great follow through. Great camera work following the trajectory of the baseball. Hit up on the concrete wall. The batter's eye in center field. 27 long ones. It's nice to see the A's hitters getting homer happy.
Good time. 3 last night. Hitting home runs against Pfister, not an easy thing to do. It's a base hit for De Jesus to right field.
Now, as David was telling us last night, the home run that he hit, he was thinking fastball over the shortstop, throwing about 95 was Max Scherzer. Gets a changeup at 84 and just reacted. And no doubt, up over into the seats. And David De Jesus runs the 3-home run crowd, or the 3-run home run. Always got a smile, doesn't he?
Outside to Pennington. And that home run by Willingham, just the 11th home run Pfister has allowed in 198 innings. That is not very many.
The 3 guys coming into tonight's game: Landon Powell, Chris Carter, who won last year against him, and Hideki Matsui, the only 3 that taking him deep.
Down around the knees for a strike. Shows bunt, and the pitch is outside. 2-1.
Showed bunt late because of the quick pitching by Pfister. Came to the set position and threw it quickly, and Pennington, who was thinking about bunting, runner at first, at least got the third baseman Vedman in even with the bag. Opened up a huge hole between third and short.
Brandon Allen will be next for the A's. Well, the Twins have scored a couple times. It's Cleveland 6, Minnesota 4 in the 8th inning. Jesus runs, broken bat. Peralta on the backhand throws, and it's in time to get Pennington. Very close play at first. Pennington is out.
And a very good play by Peralta, especially. He was the one going over to cover second base and had to change course, go back, an off balance throw. Cliff broke his bat and unfortunately could not get it to farther right of Peralta, and on the run, nice stretch by Cabrera, the short hop, and it was just barely. If it was.
So DeJesus now at second for Allen. That big series at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox with a 3-game lead over Tampa Bay in the wild card. The game is in the 9th inning with Boston leading 4-3. Papelbon is in and he's trying to close it. Line drive right at Cabrera. And the throw not in time. So Allen lines out for well, tune in tomorrow. The Earthquakes travel to Houston to take on the Dynamo. It's on Comcast Sportsnet California. Coverage begins at 5:30 from Robertson Field. Get complete Quakes coverage on CSNCalifornia.com. So here's Landon Powell, chance to knock in a run. Red Sox are 2 outs away from what would be a huge win after losing the first game of that series.
Especially since the Rays had a 2-0 lead early in tonight's game.
First inning. Yeah. Longoria.
Oh, wow. What you had to be. Eric Cooper's got the high and the low strike tonight. That one may be a little bit too low.
Just a bit inside to Powell, leaving the count at 2-2. That is Eric Cooper calling balls and strikes. Willingham with a leadoff homer here in the first inning, or in the second inning. Outfield shaded just a little bit toward right center. This one's grounded toward Santiago. Side retired. Willingham with home run number 27, and the A's with a 1-0 lead after 2. run has given the A's the 1-0 lead. Top of the third. It'll be Santiago, Jackson, and Kelly. Cahill walked a couple in the second inning, but no damage done. Now, near the seats, and it drops right into the first row. Little damage done in the good seats. That poor lady. That's not what she was expecting when she sat down there, I don't think. This one is fair down the right field line. Santiago has good speed. He's going to hit the bag at second. He's going to try for third. The throw is late, and it's a leadoff triple for Ramon Santiago.
Well, and a changeup that sometimes a little surprising, but they won it in the middle, left it in the middle of the plate off, and really right into the bat speed of Santiago and inside the line. And you're right, with his speed, he looked at third base for Gene Lamont, and Lamont said, "Come on over and let me shake your hand."
So that's the first hit in the game, and it's a triple. And here's Austin Jackson. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. Jackson 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts last night. He's got a ground out in the ball game tonight, and he swings and misses, and it's 0-2. So 1-2 to Jackson. Jackson strikes out a lot. That's what Cahill's looking for right here.
They threw the good two-seam fastball down and in that he swung and missed, and then had to block one.
And he got him. And there it goes. 4th time Jackson has struck out in the first 2 games of this series. A's Baseball at Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by the Oakland Raiders. Catch all the great games, including the home opener on September 25th against the New York Jets. Season tickets are still available. Call 1-800-RAIDERS or log on to Raiders.com to get your tickets today. That one bounced into right field, and that's a base hit. So Don Kelly does not wait around, and he drives home Santiago, and this ball game is tied at 1. Kelly gets his 19th RBI.
The infield in, and for Trevor Cahill, again, leaving his pitches up a little bit too much. He did it to Santiago on the changeup, and the same pitch right in the middle of the plate. First pitch he threw to Jackson for the strikeout was great. Hard changeup, good sinking action on it.
Back to Cahill. He spins, fires a strike to Pennington, and that's a double play. 1-6-3 double play. Tigers get a run. We're tied at 1 heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Doug Fister. So the Tigers get a run in the top of the third to tie up the ball game. That Indians game is in the 9th inning now, 6-4 Indians. The Red Sox beat the Rays 4-3. Papelbon came in and got the save, so that stretches the Rays, or the Red Sox lead in that wild card back to 4. Strike 3 called with a fastball on the inside corner.
Time now for the forward right choice, and you just watch Trevor Cahill, ground ball pitcher, and watch how he plays this ball. Pennington's the guy covering. He's not at the bag yet, but Cahill threw right to the bag to Pennington, and there's a 1-6-3 perfectly executed double play. Trevor Cahill led Pennington, which is exactly what you're supposed to do, and that's about as perfect you can turn a double play. The pitcher throwing to second base, and especially with Pennington covering his strong arm coming across the bag, a no doubter.
Crisp hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning, and there's a high strike.
And he's got the high and the low strike.
Eric Cooper.
Wow.
Good night to be a pitcher.
Well, you call the ankle high strike on Landon Powell and the neck high strike on Crisp. Yeah, especially with a tall Fister right over the top. Maybe somebody else is getting fooled beside the hitter.
No, 1-2 the count. That one whistled into the seats. Coco skies one towards center. Playable for Austin Jackson. He's got it. So that's out number 2. And there's Jamal Weeks, who rounded out his first at bat.
Jamal Weeks.
The Rangers and the Mariners are underway. No score in the 3rd inning. That is the start of a 3-game series up in Seattle. C.J. Wilson 16-6 for Texas. Blake Beaven 4-5 for Seattle. The Angels lost tonight in Baltimore 8-3. Dan Herron took the loss, so that is a painful loss for the Angels. Any loss this time of year is, if you're chasing somebody. So the Angels with that loss now 4 back. Inside corner, strike 3 called. 6 in a row retired by Doug Fister, and we are moving to the 4th. It's a 1-1 game. 1-1 game, top of the 4th inning. We're celebrating Star Wars, but the dark field has nothing to do with that. We just had some light issues. I can't see behind us, but I see
they're off.
the 2 towers. 2 of the towers are out for sure. This is what happened. We were good. Everything was good. Everything's great.
And Trevor Cahill throws a pitch and Landon Powell couldn't see it.
So the only 2 towers that are working right now are the ones above Mount Davis.
And those might take a little while for them to gear up too.
You knew who did this? Marathon guy.
That's true. Good point.
I knew it.
Pulled the plug, didn't it?
There he is. See? This is helping him.
Well, why don't they just shoot the fireworks now, and that way they've got the lights off and they got the Star Wars music. Going to have that theme for the fireworks.
All right, so the A's have retreated to the dugout. So obviously we are in a delay. As some of the light towers are off.
David Renetti, Vice President of Stadium Operations, saying, guys, the lights are off. We're going to turn the switch back on and see how quickly they can fire them up. It usually takes a little while for them to get right.
Reboot, we like to say. So the umpires behind home plate with David Renetti.
You know, some minor league players that come up and they say, this is nothing. We play like this all the time. That's good, Dick. Dick Callahan just letting everybody know they're not working.
So we're going to wait it out.
We'll be happy to pass it on.
They haven't even started to charge back up yet.
Well, it does take a while. So we're going to take a break. We'll keep you updated on what's going on here, but a couple of the light towers are out, and it is the top of the 4th inning from the Coliseum. game, top of the fourth. That's the good news. The bad news is 4 of the 6 light towers are out.
Even worse news is Trevor Cahill, and really, if you look at Doug Fister, the 2 starting pitchers, this is like a rain delay. And how long do you go before they have to reboot themselves and get back out and get loose? And, of course, that's going to take some time. So we hope that both pitchers are able to get back out on the mound, each throwing 3 innings in a 1-1 game. But a very unusual. And normally when the lights go out, they reboot immediately and they start coming back on. The bad news right now is that they're not. They're just kind of dark the way they were when they went out. So obviously cannot play under these conditions. But the marathon man, evidently he did want more time because he's getting it. And now you ask him, he's going to be finished. He said, I've done my 26 miles.
All right, well, we're going to head back to the Comcast Sportsnet studios, and they will hold down the fort from there. It's a 1-1 game, top of the 4th inning.
when the lights did go out. 1-1 is the score. Top of the 4th inning here at the Coliseum. The second game of this 4-game series against the Tigers. And Josh Willingham, a solo home run and an RBI single helped the Tigers score their only run. So after, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes of a delay with the lights all of a sudden behind home plate going dark, a chance for the fans to go up and get some extra souvenirs and concession items and back in their seats. 7:51 we're told is when the lights went out, and it's 8:06 here in Oakland, so about 15 minutes.
Well, once they came back. Once they turned back on, they came back very quickly.
Yeah, that's the surprising thing, because once they do go off, and it takes a while, but it's like a long inning for Trevor Cahill. He wishes he would have had the long inning to where it got some more run support, but that was not the case. It's 1-1, but fortunately he is able to continue in pitching this game. I'm sure the same for Doug Fister.
So we're back at it. It's the top of the 4th inning. So it could have been worse. Right?
We had some scenarios going up here, didn't we?
It looks like it's going to be maybe just a shade over 15 minutes.
And now people around baseball looking at a rain delay of 15 minutes and no rain. A perfect night in Oakland.
So 1-0 to Miguel Cabrera. He'll be followed by Martinez and Avila.
Well, this is like a reliever coming in when the starting pitcher has to leave because of an injury, and they say, let's hurry up, hurry up. Well, the first batter you're facing is Miguel Cabrera. That's not a time to hurry. And that's why, because that guy is strong, and that shot back up the middle.
So Cabrera has the hit. So a walk and a single for Cabrera so far in the game, and here's Victor Martinez.
Now batting.
Oh, the 2-0, and Trevor Cahill had some movement on his fastball, but Cabrera is so good, and probably the type of hitter that will think mostly to the opposite field, and you make a mistake inside off speed, he'll crush it to left field. But tremendous hitter, uses the whole field, and he's still so young. But as Victor Martinez said, he already has a World Series ring. He says time for the rest of us to get one.
First pitch in for a strike to Victor Martinez. One now to Martinez. So that game has just gone final in Minnesota. And obviously it has a lot to do for the Tigers. Cleveland hung on and beat the Twins 7-6. So what that simply means is for the Tigers to win the division tonight, they have to win. So they will not win the division in the middle of this game, and which is, I guess, would have been the case if the Indians would have lost. There's the standings, 87-63. So
I think just as much incentive for the Athletics to know that the Tigers are going to try to do it themselves. And
very simple now.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to play hard anyway, but boy, you look on the board and you see they know the Tigers have to win it themselves here in Oakland, and I think they realize it's just a matter of time, but A's would like to make it delayed as long as possible.
Martinez takes low again, blocked by Powell.
Landon Powell back, catching his first game since coming back from AAA. Excellent technique, down to his knees, glove in between the wickets, and blocks the ball. Big man has quick feet, moves straight behind the plate.
Avila in the on-deck circle. This one is a foul ball. Jim Reynolds, the first base umpire, called it.
How could he see it? Because Brandon Allen was blocking him. but it looked like it was hooking foul anyway. Once the ball gets past the first base bag, it usually is the first base umpire's call. Never did make it though, but called anyway by him. Usually the home plate umpire will make the call, and actually in this case has a better view than the first base umpire. They both can make it, but typically it's the first base umpire once the ball gets past the bag.
Cabrera, very short lead at first. The Mariners have dropped a 3 spot on Texas. Seattle 3, Texas nothing in the 3rd inning.
I don't know what's going on in Baltimore with the Angels, but they might be watching on MLB.com.
Allen cannot handle this one, and this one is a fair ball. It's rolling. Cabrera headed to third. He'll stop there. Martinez to second with a double. Well, somehow that baseball got between Brandon Allen and the bag. I don't know how it did.
But he went down to catch it and looked like he wanted to start a double play. Instead, like it jumped over his glove. And he just could not handle it. So Trevor Cahill in trouble, and it's right over his glove. And actually, interesting that Cabrera didn't move, didn't run. And it's almost like he was thinking the ball was going to be caught and throw to second, and he would get back to first base. But instead, he's able to get to third easily. So now comes the question: is Trevor Cahill completely loose coming out of this inning? That's hard hit ball by Cabrera. Again, a very tough part of the batting order for any pitcher to face, especially if you had a 15-minute delay.
First pitch to Avila is a strike. Avila struck out in the second inning. He did that with runners at first and second and nobody out. So he had a RBI opportunity in the second. He's got a even better RBI opportunity here in the fourth. Second and third, nobody out. He pops this one foul, and it's headed for the seats.
From Seattle to Detroit. Beautiful Safeco Field at Comerica Park for Doug Fister. He's got to be happy.
So 0-2. Avila looks like he was just trying to put the bat on the ball, hanging in there. Tigers as a team, 4th in the American League in total run score. They're 6th in home runs. They do not steal bases. They have the fewest stolen bases in the American League. Swing and a miss. He gets Avila for the second time in a big spot.
Well, unusual when you think of someone with 77 runs batted in, and Avila likes these opportunities, but Trevor Cahill just throwing off speed. He did it again with a change as he did in the second inning and fooled Avila. So that says a lot about the changeup of Trevor Cahill. Pull the string again. Now the infield, as they did the last time, will come in.
There's some more of those numbers. Look at the average with runners in scoring position. That's very good. 284. Infield comes in, trying to cut down that run at the plate. Johnny Peralta reached on a fielder's choice in the second.
Well, this is a case where a hitter can do one of two things. He can maybe be patient, thinking with first base open, they're going to pitch him carefully, or expand the strike zone. Peralta probably the latter. He likes to swing the bat.
Just a bit outside.
I think in a case like this, a walk isn't that bad. You try to get him to hit your pitch as a pitcher, but if you do walk him, sets up a possibility of a double play. Wilson Maidament would be the guy the A's would be facing with the bases loaded if that's the case. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Maybe.
And if they are, put up a 4 and put him on base. Although looks like they're going to pitch to him at least. And if you're pitching around a guy, you don't give him a good pitch to hit 3-0.
And it was a pretty good pitch to hit 3-0.
So maybe he wasn't pitching him carefully. Maybe he just missed 3 pitches. But well, that's where a hitter can say, okay, you're going to do that. Then throw me a fastball, I'll swing. But Peralta didn't.
He bounces this one. Throws coming home. Powell puts the tag, and they get Cabrera at home plate. So the A's indeed cut down that runner at the plate.
Well, Cabrera, even though going on contact, is not a fast runner, but Cliff Pennington with him coming down the line. Harley took a stride, and big Landon Powell stayed right there with the throw coming in. Nice throw this time by Pennington in the baseline. And Landon Powell took the blow from Cabrera and made the play. And held on to the ball. And boy, that's when you squeeze it hard, tightly with your left hand, because sometimes when you put the glove out there, it can be knocked out of your hand, especially with a guy that size. So ground ball when he needed it after the strikeout. So first and third now with 2 outs, infield back.
Betamit goes after the first pitch.
Excellent play with Cabrera coming down the line, and that would have been a collision if Cabrera decided to stand up and try to run through.
Swing and a miss. Good changeup by Cahill. So Cahill ahead 0-2 to Betamit, who's 0 for 1. He bounced out to Allen in the second inning.
That's the pitch that in time, and looks like this year he's trying to force a little bit. That's a 2-seam fastball inside. He wants it to come back consistently, but that time the ball actually cut inside to the left-hander.
Oh, very close. 2-2.
Well, the strike zone for Eric Cooper, north and south, being very pitcher friendly, and had to be inside. We will take a look. That's a strike, folks. That's on the black. Enough of a pitch to be called a strike.
So 0-2 to 3-2 on Betamit. The runner at first, Peralta, will be on the move. That's Victor Martinez. He's over at third. Swing and a miss. Cahill gets out of the jam. Tigers had second and third, nobody out, and they do not score. in Oakland A's history with 25 wins before the age of 24.
How about in the same year before 21 or 22? How many pitchers were there?
5.
5.
One to Hideki Matsui, who grounded out in the first inning. Matsui hits it hard on the ground to Peralta, the shortstop. 1 out. 7 in a row retired by Doug Fister. He's at 10 miles. He's got 16 miles to go, and we are in the bottom of the 4th inning.
It's like a heavyweight fight when they come out with round number 10.
Wow. That's the value deck, which looks crowded, and it looks like they're having a good time up above us. That's good news.
They were right below the area where the lights went.
It was the final Authentic Fan Friday of the year. For those of you who have come out and enjoyed the Comcast Sportsnet Value Deck, we appreciate that. Good crowd up there tonight. Willingham hits it hard behind the bag at third. Betamede has it, straightens up, and throws out Willingham. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fireworks after the game with the Star Wars theme. The Star Wars theme actually started early tonight before the game. Here's DeJesus, who had a base hit in the 2nd inning. He certainly saw quite a bit of Fister last year. He made 28 starts last year for the Seattle Mariners. 6-14 with an ERA a little over 4. This one toward Cabrera. He flips to Fister. Side retired. 9 in a row retired by the tall right-hander. So we are on to inning number 5, tied at 1. Here's the AT&T trivia answer. Who are the 5 pitchers in Oakland A's history with 25 wins before the age of 24?
Vida.
There they are: Vida Blue, Trevor Cahill, Barry Zito, Rich Harden, and Catfish Hunter.
Very impressive group.
Before the age of 24.
Take that for a 5-man rotation.
Yeah, all right. So Cahill back to work. Cahill will not turn 24 until March 1st. So he's a spring training birthday guy.
Three years in the big leagues after this season for the young right-hander.
It's going to be a tough play, and Santiago's going to beat it. So Santiago, a triple and now a single.
A perfect drag bunt. Almost looked like he stepped on home plate. And once Allen had to field it, there was going to be a base hit. Speed, as we saw him going for the triple, and there for the bunt. And of course, the threat to steal.
He's getting a little bit more playing time. Yeah. He's done a nice job. There's Carlos Guillen, but it seems like right now Santiago, the guy at second base. Almost got picked off there, as we were saying nice things about him. So Austin Jackson steps in. Oh, butts, and it hits him like right in the chest.
Right in the chest. Wow. That's one of the problems. That's one of the reasons a lot of guys don't square around the bunt, for that one reason. And I think Bob Melvin is going to try to find out if he bunted at the ball, but he missed it completely. And it hit him in the chest.
Now batting, 32, Don.
Squared around, and it just got him in the number right below the letters.
You're just not ready to get hit there. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just about the last place you think you're going to get hit with a pitch is in the chest.
And seriously, that's why a lot of guys they'd rather just kind of turn the sideways instead of squaring completely, because that thud you heard was his chest, or the number 4 of the 14.
So Kelly, it looked like he showed bunt. And that's why a pitcher does what Cahill just did. You'll see a lot of times in this situation, a pitcher, he may just throw to first or step off and just wants to see if the hitter will tell him what he's doing. And Kelly, he did. He just turned to bunt a little bit. Could help you defensively.
Well, the rotation play is one that you like to think about, and that would be the third baseman charging shortstop, covering third. Maybe he wants to bunt the ball to third, which he does.
And that's a good one. Cahill has it barehand. He throws in time to get Weeks, but a very nice sacrificed bunt by Don Kelly. I guess, Ray, on a play like that, you want to get the third baseman involved, so that sort of eliminates any possible play at third.
And that's exactly what happened with Sogard charging. And as a third baseman, it's kind of a given that once the ball is bunted towards you, you have to vacate your positioning at third, charge the ball in case the pitcher doesn't get there. It's actually an easier play for the third baseman, but Cahill made it look easy. So 3 balls so far in this inning, not one out of the infield.
Swing and a miss by Delman Young. Cahill has been walking the tightrope tonight. First and second, nobody out in the second. Tigers did not score. Second and third, nobody out in the fourth. They did not score. Here, second and third, 1 out. So give him credit for getting himself out of the jam so far, and he's in another one here in the 5th. Delman Young bounces it, and Sizemore tags him, and he gets the out at third. Make it Sogard, excuse me. What a play by Sogard. And there really was not a whole lot Santiago could do.
The ball was in between Santiago and the bag. Sogard caught it, and Santiago ran right into him going back. Great play by Sogard. The only thing better would have been a double play. He went right after him, and a great play. No force. He had to tag the runner. So the force wasn't with him. It was with Sogard, who made a great play with the ball right there. And you have to wonder, what was Santiago doing? He froze. He had to at least been thinking about, should have been getting back to third. Can't look at the ball being caught by the third baseman. That reminds me of a play that Eric Chavez made, where similar ball that he tagged the runner and completed the double play by throwing the hitter out at first. Sogard, with Santiago at least freezing, he had to go after him and could not get up quickly enough to make the throw to first, but still a great play.
2-0 to Miguel Cabrera. So Jackson at second, Young at first.
This is where the Tigers have benefited by Victor Martinez in the lineup. You have first and second, got the big power hitter Cabrera. You pitch him carefully, and then you have to worry about Victor Martinez. Out of the strike zone, but Cabrera aggressively going after it, expanding his zone. And as he said, I have to feed the kids, which means he has to drive in the runs. Which means he's going to expand his strike zone. He is up there to try to make contact, but if he does walk, he knows Martinez is behind him.
And that one off the glove of Powell, and both the runners are going to move up.
Well, that makes it easier.
A wild pitch by Cahill. Wild pitches have been an issue for Cahill. That's his 15th of the year.
The changeup just squirted out of his hand, and no chance for Landon Powell, and the ball at Cabrera's head. He got out of the way. Now he's looking at it. At Cahill, that's a changeup.
So they will finish the walk to Cabrera. So now the bases are loaded for Victor Martinez.
Now batting, number 41, Victor Martinez.
Second most wild pitches in the major leagues for Cahill.
And with a couple of catchers, Powell and Suzuki, who block pitches in the dirt very well, that says a lot. There must be really wild pitches if they couldn't block them. And the one that Landon Powell had go off his glove, no chance on that one. A true wild pitch.
So here is Martinez. He has a .386 batting average with runners in scoring position. That's the second best in the American League. First pitch is a good one. Drops in for a strike. With the bases loaded this year, got a grand slam, 9 for 16. Well, that's how you drive in 94 runs. So you're right.
Well, the numbers are tremendous when he has Cabrera do what he did, intentionally walked, although the count was 3-1.
Strike two call. The late call by Eric Cooper. Martinez can't believe it. And I think Martinez is getting some help from the Tigers dugout.
But this is a high fastball, a high strike that has been called by Cooper tonight. As we mentioned, up and down, north and south. Strike zone, pitcher friendly.
That one hit hard to Allen, who's got it. He'll take it himself, and Cahill does it again. Works his way out of the jam. Tigers leave the bases loaded. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 1-1. Is brought to you by Cash Creek's Money Tree. Win $500 cash every hour from noon until 11 p.m. Visit cashcreek.com for details. Bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 1-1 game.
Well, they had an ugly deck contest between innings.
Yep.
Not an ugly duck, ugly deck.
Ugly deck contest. And the crowd enjoyed it. 31,000 tonight. Shade over 31,000. 31022. So a very nice crowd on a Friday night. Lots going on.
I didn't really catch it. Did the people that were in the running, did they bring a picture of their ugly decks? Or
I believe so.
Is that what it was? They were giving one of the sponsors a deck makeover.
He's trying to get something going against Steph Pfister.
Halfway home.
Uh-oh, oblique.
He didn't hydrate before he started running.
Come to the baseball stadium, you get an oblique. Bennington strikes out. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. A.J. Brzezinski fouls the ball back, and it creates a spark. That's right, a spark. Check it out. It hits Alex Avila's mask.
Wow. Never seen that.
That is unbelievable. Wow.
He's got the nice padded mask with the extension below the chin to protect his neck, but not a spark. I haven't seen that before.
And shouldn't we know that A.J. Brzezinski was involved, huh? Unbelievable.
And also the baseball that got caught in the mask, the foul ball that stuck into the
Saw
wire
that?
mask.
Yeah.
That I've seen
That was a
before.
little scary, though, huh?
Hey, but I'll tell you one that's really scary.
Man.
I was catching in Boston, and the pitcher, you know, the straps that hold the mask on.
Yeah.
The pitcher was in the stretch. The runner at first base, Tommy Harper, was the hitter. As I got up in the position, get ready to throw him out, the strap broke.
Oh,
the mask went straight to the ground. Pitch is on its way. I started shaking.
So you didn't have a mask?
I didn't have a mask on. And here comes the ball, and I went over to pick the mask up, and Tommy Harper said, if that were me, I would be more than shaking.
Oh,
but all of a sudden, the mask just dropped.
Sure.
Man, you're talking about scared. I thought the other catcher cut the straps. You know, like the horse, the saddle.
Yeah.
You're riding along, and the saddle goes up. My mask went straight down.
That is scary.
Whew. One I'll never forget. Just thankful that Tommy Harper hit a foul ball that didn't come straight back.
Huh. Amazing, I remember that. Huh?
Oh. That was 1970.
As much as you'd like to forget, you probably will not be able to.
Well, I was just thankful that that was the hockey style mask. Somebody's using.
Doug Pfister has a very good inning. And he is rolling, folks. He's retired 12 in a row, and it's still a 1-1 game.
These face the Tigers. Get an A's team photo presented by Grant Thornton LLP. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. How'd you ever write away to ball clubs and please send me a pendant? Please send me a photograph. I used to do that when I was sending to the Cardinals. Write the Cardinals and get these pendants, put them up in your bedroom. And St. Louis Cardinals. That's my favorite team. So put the pendants up and you know. So team photo, card signed by some of the greats.
Yeah. That one's drilled to left. Racing back, Matsui, and he makes a nice running catch.
He has been great in left field. Got a great jump on a ball hit very hard by Avila. Avila finally got a fastball after changeups with runners in scoring position. Great inside-out swing, but ball slicing away from Matsui. Handled it perfectly and against the wall as he braced himself. Went to the clubhouse and I telling Hideki, I said, you're as good a Gold Glove. And he says, no, you're the Gold Glove. And he had my bobblehead that he painted the glove gold. And he showed it to me. And he's got it on his right next to his locker. Yeah. I said, Roger Callan is in trouble. I said, what did he do? He says, I saw it. He was painting your glove gold. He said, because you're a Gold Glover.
You are a Gold Glover. Multiple. Shallow center. Coco is going to play it on a hop. Peralta with a 1-out single.
But it's amazing. Nobody on base, the different types of pitchers a hitter gets. And these guys were up with runners in scoring position, pitched differently by Trevor Cahill, and nobody on base. A little bit different. Avila hits the ball hard. Peralta gets a hit with his that he hit hard. That's just good pitching. That's what happens when runners on base are in scoring position.
This one's drilled to right center. Coco's on the move, and he leaps, and he can't get it. It's off the wall. Here comes Peralta. They're waving him home. Digging for third is Bettamy, and the Tigers take the lead. Coco was down for a while at the base of the fence, but I think he's okay. Boy, he made a heck of an effort, and he almost caught it. But it goes as a triple for Bettamy, and the Tigers take the lead.
Boy, he'd have to change up, and you're right with the because when you see the pitch left up, and I thought maybe it had the distance to get out, but Coco just banged up against the wall. Not even thinking about the wall as he went up. How close did he come? Just over the top of his glove. That would have been a Tremendous catch, but just could not come up with it. So once again, runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs.
Santiago, shallow left. Bettamy tagging. Matsui has it. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is right there, and they got him.
Gold Glover, huh?
Matsui throws out Bettamy at home with a perfect one-hop throw.
Boy, he set himself up perfectly, got behind the ball, and made a tremendous throw. Look at this perfect setup. One hop and a perfect throw to Landon Powell, blocking the plate and cutting off the run. What a throw.
But watch the Matsui throw to keep them from getting another one.
Well, it's all a setup. Look how he gets behind the ball right there. So it takes a catch and one hop throw. Perfect throw to the plate. Landon Powell. And Bateman goes in underneath the ankle and rolled over on it. A little slow getting up right there is where he rolled the ankle. But Hideki Matsui, what a play. And he made it left field, and it's all about the positioning. Remember, he played center field in Japan, right field in New York. And a spectacular catch and throw tonight.
Line drive right into the glove of Peralta, and that's out number 1. Now the A's have to figure out how to get to Doug Fister. He's been good in left field. He's been
Center fielder,
impressed.
number 4, Coco Chris.
41st outfield assist by Hideki. And there's no doubt, of course, that's a fly ball, 1 out. He knew that Gene Lamont was going to send Bateman, who hit the triple. And you just have to give the credit to the outfielder there, the way Matsui set up perfectly behind him.
First pitch to Coco Chris. Big overhand curve drops in for a strike. Bettamy, okay, stays in the game at third base, playing in on the grass for Coco Cruz. A's have just 2 hits. It was the Willingham home run in the second, and then the next batter, DeJesus, got a base hit. Since then, 13 in a row have been retired by Fister. He's throwing everything for strikes right now. No walks, 4 strikeouts. High fastball. Coco can't lay off that.
Probably would have been called anyway.
So 5 strikeouts for Fister.
Coco just tried to stop it. He kind of just twirled around with his body, and that followed. Remember that group of people when Fister was here a couple of years ago with the Mariners, and Had the big placards out right there.
Fisters, isn't that what they were called?
Yeah, they were the Fisters.
They were his fan club. Yeah, born in Marseille, which a bit of a drive, but worth it if you're going to come up and see the young man pitch. Fresno State.
And Brian Fuentes.
Pfister was a 7th round draft pick of the Seattle Mariners in 2006, and then of course the trade just months ago, less than that. July 29th. He's been very good for the Tigers. His numbers coming in to tonight with Detroit, 5-1 with a 2.28 ERA. There's a shot, right field. Kelly coming in on the move, makes the catch, side retired. 15 in a row retired by Doug Fister. 2-1 Tigers after 6. Scam. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. Well, we had a 15-minute delay. Some of the light towers went out. We got fireworks after the game. We got a guy out in left field that's trying to run a marathon. Well, he started at first pitch and he has to finish it by the final pitch.
Slowing down too. That's impressive.
It's out number 1 as Austin Jackson is retired.
Told by Dallaire that hill in Boston's called Heartbreak Hill.
Heartbreak Hill.
Well then, so he's not on a heartbreak hill here, but it's 15 miles.
You know what? He's behind the pace, Ray. He's got 11 miles to go, and we're in the top of the 7th inning. Lieutenant Peterson, you got to pick it up.
He made me looking for the plug to turn off the lights again too.
Well, even with the 15-minute delay, this game has moved along quickly. Not what he needed. He needs a little more time.
Doug Fister is the problem because he's just mowing down the A's in order.
Right field indeed. And Don Kelly has homered. It's 3-1 Tigers. Kelly hurting the A's tonight.
The infield drawn in, and there's an insurance run for the home run, 87 miles an hour. But again, location up, and that's the problem for Trevor Cahill. Look at the height, a little bit below the belt. Unfortunately for Trevor Cahill, in times he leaves the pitch up, he gets hit hard. We were talking last night about the great outfielder Brendan Bosch, who out for the season. He actually is with the club, and saw him in the clubhouse, and he said he just could not miss this opportunity to be with the club, even though he can't play. But he wanted to be here, get the experience. A club that's playing as well as they are, and watching a guy who's probably hitting in his place. And tonight, anyway, Kelly comes through with a big home run.
Diving, Sogard can't get it. Pennington picks it up, throws a strike to first, and they get the out. We'll go 5-6-3.
And it wasn't a little flip. It was off the glove. Sogard diving to his left, deflected it just enough. Ball hit very hard, and there's Cliff Pennington with a one hop and a quick throw with a strong arm. And Allen didn't even have to stretch.
So 2 outs for Miguel Cabrera.
Well, the A's defense the last few games has been spectacular, and this is one of the highlights as well. And Calvin Young has got to be thinking, how hard can you have to hit the ball to get a hit?
Two-0 pitch to Cabrera. Now 3-0. Cabrera has walked twice and singled. Reslow starts to throw. And it's another walk for Cabrera. That is 5 walks in this series. 2 for 3 with 5 walks. So 4 walks for Cahill. He's got 4 strikeouts. He's thrown 103 pitches. Victor Martinez will hit. So for the Tigers, if they win tonight, they will celebrate a division title. That's all they have to do is get 9 more outs.
I remember they have a gentleman by the name of Valverde in their bullpen. It's been perfect.
Something you got to keep in the back of your mind if you're the Athletics. Here's the 7th inning. 1-1 the count. Martinez a walk, a double, and a ground out. He's 1 for 6 in the series. It's jammed, flips this one, shallow left field. Matsui reaches down, can't get it. Cabrera's going to go to third. Big turn by Martinez, and he gets back to first. So good effort by Hideki Matsui. He came charging in, just could not quite come up with it.
And Bob Melvin coming out, but Matsui did not leave his feet, trying to reach down. And just missed it. And nice backup by Cliff Pennington. Otherwise, the run was going to score from first.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports, and by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
Trevor Cahill, 6 2/3 innings tonight. He leaves with runners at first and third, 2 outs. 106 pitches for Cahill. So he will not get his 12th win of the year. The A's go lefty on lefty with Breslow coming in to face Alex Avila. First pitch is a strike. Cabrera at third, Martinez at first. A run in on the Kelly home run. 0-2 with a 3.93 ERA. Another year of a lot of appearances for Breslow.
Went back-to-back appearances earlier in the homestand. That was against the Angels, which made him happy, and I think he seems to do his best when he pitches more consistently.
75 last year. A breaking ball, just a little bit low. The year before that, when the A's got him from Minnesota mid-season, 77 appearances. So you get in the 70s, that's a lot.
Well, against the right-handers, he featured a changeup against the Angels, which is something he said, I'll bring it back out again. And it was a good pitch against the righties. Lefties, he likes to go fastball, slider.
Like you mentioned, Valverde, he leads the American League in games pitched, 68.
44 saves.
And no blown saves.
Gets excited when he pitches.
He does. Why do I get the feeling we're going to see him tonight?
As Pfister decides, he'll take it the rest of the way. He's pitching very well.
To left field, Matsui going back, and he reaches up, makes the catch, side retired. Don Kelly with a solo home run, 7th inning stretch. The Tigers lead the A's 3-1. See a big crowd tonight, over 31,000. Right now the Tigers leading 3-1. Brandon Inge comes in. He'll take over at third base.
Number 55, Matsui.
The story right now is the big fella on the mound, Doug Fister. He's retired 15 consecutive A's hitters as he goes to work here in the 7th. He's just rolling along. Nothing fancy. 5 strikeouts, 5 flyouts, 8 ground ball outs. And he's allowed 2 hits. He's got 5 strikeouts. He has not walked anybody. Matsui toward left center, but Jackson's over there. He's got it. Here's our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Gary from Sacramento asked, Ray, next season when you are on one of those flights back east, are you going to add Moneyball to your list of in-flight movies?
Josh Willingham.
Field of Dreams, Sandlot. I don't know. We'll see after we see the premiere on Monday night.
I think it's going to be terrific. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to it. And you know, Sandlot is good. Sandlot's very good.
Sandlot's great. Moneyball's going to be great.
Field of Dreams is very good.
Dreams is great. Are you a major league guy? That was a good movie.
Yeah, since it was about my old team.
Yeah, it's terrific.
Joe Vu.
Vu.
How about that?
That's awesome.
I'd like to get that picture when the fireworks start, just to see if that child really sleeps soundly.
Number 12, David De Jesus.
That's not good, folks. That's not good. It's like you may have a little family support back there, which can help.
Is he allowed to stop at Heartbreak Hill and regroup?
Doug Fister's his enemy right now.
I think he realized it too when he looked on the board. And even with the 16-minute delay, we're just at 9:09.
Bottom of the 7th.
Hagenberger Hill. Leia's got some good ones.
Inside corner strike, 1-1.
Maybe he stopped at the Hagenberger.
Hagenberger. You've been there.
Who hasn't?
De Jesus, a liner, and that's getting it down for a hit. So after 17 consecutive A's were retired, De Jesus has a 2-out hit, and he's 2 for 3.
Davis swinging the bat well, as showed last night with a 3-run home run on the changeup. Got the leg lift, got the foot down, and a nice swing by De Jesus.
So here's Pennington. Pennington hitting in the 6th spot. He pops it up, foul territory. Inge racing over near the seats, and he reaches in, and he did not catch it. Well, what an effort by Brad. I thought he caught it. There's a little area there where there's still photographers. You'll see it, and he kind of had to reach over that.
That's the new photographers area because of the Japanese reporters who are following Hideki Matsui. I don't think that had been there normally. The little stools with the front row and then the higher seats in the back.
So 0-1 to Pennington. This one's popped up on the infield. And that'll do it. So a hit and a runner left. We've played 7 from the O.co Coliseum. How's our guy doing? He's back. 3-1 Tigers.
Fighter Appreciation Day pregame ceremonies that include honoring local fire chiefs and heroes. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/firefighter. $5 from each ticket purchased through this special link will benefit the Lisa Ann Roche Byrne Foundation. See you all out here tomorrow afternoon. Third game of this 4-game series. The middle team of the 3 in town for the final homestand for the A's.
Peralta, and then Inge, and then Santiago for Detroit here. Top of the 8th inning. The Mariners still leading the Texas Rangers 3-0, 7th inning. Baltimore beat the Angels tonight 8-3. Tommy Hunter got the win. Dan Herron took the loss. Herron now 15-9. Angels right now 4 back of Texas. So with that Angels loss, the Rangers' magic number to win the West is now 9. Red Sox got that big win tonight over the Rays 4-3. Beckett got the win, Shields got the loss. So the Red Sox stretch out their AL wildcard lead. And they do it by picking up a game on the Rays and the Angels. So it's a good day for the Red Sox come standings wise. 3-2 pitches fouled back. So updated with the Red Sox win, Rays loss, Angels loss. It is now a 4-game lead in the AL wildcard for Boston. 2 more games left in that series against the Rays. The Yankees lost 5-4 in Toronto. Skied to left field, playable for Hideki Matsui. Now he goes back and he makes the catch. Peralta's retired. So the Yankees do not move closer to the postseason. In the National League, the Phillies lost and the Braves lost. Milwaukee got a win, so their magic number is now 7. Things are starting to get a little interesting in the National League wild card race, because Atlanta lost tonight and the St. Louis Cardinals won. The Giants won their 6th in a row. Cardinals are 3.5 back. The Giants are 5 back in that wild card. So Atlanta limping home just a little bit. They still have the lead, but they're not playing as well, obviously, as they were earlier. They've lost 3 in a row.
Problem teams that have the lead by a substantial margin, which 5-6 games with 10-12 games to go, they start feeling the pressure of past collapses. And you know, instead of just playing the games and winning, knowing that they just have to win to control their own destiny, they start maybe thinking about what teams have done in the past.
Well, it gets brought up too.
Sure,
you know, I mean,
yeah. Yeah, too much, as we're talking about, or I just mentioned.
Well, he's asked the question. Sure, the Red Sox are struggling. The Rays are moving closer. Braves are struggling. Cardinals are pushing. Where would you rather be? Right? I mean, you'd still always rather have the lead, especially this late in the season. Now we're talking
JC.
about 10, 11, 12 games left. But you know, you don't want to be the story either of the team that had the major collapse. More action for Matsui as he drifts back a little bit. He's got it. So Inge is retired, 2 outs.
Well, as I think you mentioned, and we'll repeat, the fact the Tigers a couple of years ago were not in this situation, although similar to last weekend of the season. They all but had it wrapped up, and it didn't happen with them.
They lost a 3-game lead with 4 to play, and then lost the 1-game playoff to the Minnesota Twins. in extra innings.
And I think Brandon Inge was hit with the bases loaded. That wasn't called.
Wasn't called,
yeah.
So, listen, if you're the Tigers, I'm not saying you're spending a lot of time thinking about it, but it was only 2 years ago.
That's right. Same president, general manager, same manager, but a little different personnel. Some of them anyway. Cabrera's still here, of course. Ian, Sevilla is new. Victor Martinez new. Of course, if the Tigers, once they do clinch it, then just interesting to see what they do with regard to the pitching rotation. I think right now Verlander is set up to start game 1 of the division series, even the way it's set up right now. He's pitching Sunday. And,
that's who I'd go with.
Yeah,
I'd want to get him in there game 1.
I think he'll be there game 1 and game 5 if necessary. You know, remember Mickey Lolich in 1968?
Yeah.
Everybody talked about Denny McLain as Mickey Lolich, who won 3 against the Cardinals in the World Series. So it's not unheard of that a pitcher can go 3 in a 7-game series. Of course, the division series is a 5, best of 5. But everybody, the teams that are going to be in postseason, realize that Justin Verlander is the hottest pitcher in baseball right now.
So Denny McLain was the story in the regular season. Yeah. Mickey Lolich was the story in the postseason.
Yeah, he won 31, and a guy named Bob Gibson had a 1.12 ERA, and he decided to just lower the mounds. And they've been lower ever since.
Breslow with a changeup. Santiago strikes out. So Breslow has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Still 3-1 Tigers. Here's our game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 3-9-0 for the Tigers and for the Athletics. These are the scoring opportunities for the Tigers. Don Kelly with the big home run. Kelly, the home run made it a 3-1 game. So 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th for the Tigers. So they have the 3-1 lead over the Athletics. 3-9-0 for Detroit, 1-3-0 for the A's. So the A's got to get something going against Pfister. He's thrown just 83 pitches. Trevor Cahill gave up 3 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings. There's the high strike, 2-1.
Eric Cooper has been consistent, especially with the strike zone. Upper portion of it anyway.
That one down around the knees for a strike, so it's 2-2. Powell on deck, and then Sogar. This one's hit to left field, shallow. Wadelman Young is over near the line. He's got it, out number 1. So Brandon Allen 0 for 3, and that'll bring a Powell.
Number 11, Landon Powell.
Mariners have added a run. It's now 4-0. Mariners over the Rangers, 7th inning up in Seattle. Well, he's just got it all working right now. He's thrown that big overhand curve for strikes early in the count quite a few times tonight. Powell with a ground out and a strikeout. This one chopped over the mound. And Santiago flips to first, 2 outs. Well, run support a major issue for Fister. He really pitched well for the Mariners. He just couldn't get any wins. But he comes to Detroit. Very good offense, and well, the record shows. I mean, he always pitched pretty good against the A's. He just usually didn't get a W.
And I don't think he's going to be quick to come out of the game. And I don't think, well, they put Valverde in just because it has been his time of the game as he starts to get loose anyway. Pitch count, though, under 100 for actually just 90 for Fister. I think the A's will be looking forward to anybody coming in the way that this right-hander pitching.
Popped up. And it's going to be Young, the left fielder, who makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down innings. So Fister rolling along 90 pitches through 8 innings. It's 3-1 Detroit. Train through the Redwood Forest, the beach train to Santa Cruz. Roaring Camp is the ride of a lifetime. RoaringCamp.com. Fans getting ready for the fireworks. Come up right after the ball game. Tigers with a 3-1 lead over the Athletics. Top of the 9th inning. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and spog experts. Faustino De Los Santos comes in. He'll face the top of the Tigers order.
Guess who was just told he's not pitching the 9th inning?
Doug Fister.
That's right.
Valverde is heating up in the bullpen. Oh, you wonder if Fister had a shutout going. It may be a different story.
Well, it's a great job for Fister, and Sees his former teammates up in Seattle leading the first place Rangers 4-0 late in the game.
8 innings, just 3 hits. 21 of the final 22 retired. It was from the 2nd inning to the 8th inning.
Remember the September call-ups, there's a whole bunch more high fives.
Yep. So 2-1 to Austin Jackson. This one's hit high toward the bullpen, and the bullpen scatters, and it drops just on top of the bullpen. Well, here's our Farmers Insurance report card. Most consecutive saves in Major League Baseball history. Of course, Eric Gagne with unbelievable stretch, 84 straight. But Valverde, 46, and that includes 44 this year.
Oh, he's got some antics, and of course he can back it up too.
Well, he's going to be pitching for a division title, so it should be real interesting. Jackson, soft line drive, broken bat. Allen has it. Yeah, it could, the entertainment value may.
And that's just forming up in the bullpen.
It's going to rise just a little bit.
He's entertaining, but you think about Joel Zumaya, who unfortunately injuries the last couple of years have plagued him, and the point that he has not been able to pitch. But Verde, and of course Zumaya was throwing 100 plus. Good to see Greg Breslow again, a perfect 4-batter appearance. Following Trevor Cahill. 3 fly balls to left field and a strikeout. Actually, as Bob Melton said, he's got Ryan Fuentes, a lefty, pitching very well against both right-handers and lefties. Breslow pitching well from the left side. He's got Dow for the 8th inning guy, plus Spade in the 9th. Set up nicely to close out the season.
Kelly with a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Kelly is 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs, including a solo home run. So he's been the hitting star tonight. Just 91 pitches for Pfister. So he could have closed this baby out, I'm sure. But Valverde deserves the opportunity to be on the mound. Kelly swings and misses.
Time now for the Fremont Bank play of the game. How about a Gold Glove play by Hideki Matsui and a fly ball. Wilson Bateman tagging. Perfect setup by Matsui, and an even more perfect throw. 1 hop to Landon Powell, the big guy. Tagged out Bateman. So Hideki Matsui, 41st career assist from the outfield and 3rd this season, and another perfect throw to Landon Powell. He knows how to play, no matter where he is, whether it's swinging the bat or playing in the outfield. Doing a good job, great job, as a matter of fact. Esau and of course Roger Cowan, they'll be busy. They'll probably be asking him, well, are you a Gold Glove outfielder? Well, I just made a play like a Gold Glove outfielder. I'm sure the cameras were just clicking rapidly down in that area.
A little wave going on here at the Coliseum. I like the old days, huh? Popped up, and that should reach the seats, and it will.
Well, we saw Doug Fisher down by the dugout. And normally after a pitcher leaves the game, he would go in the clubhouse and get iced down. But I think it's a little different situation tonight for Mr. Pfister, who would have been calling in Seattle, waiting to go home on September the 28th or after that game. And there's old Raymond right there, knowing that we're talking about Doug Pfister, and Raymond's going to make sure he's standing right next to him.
Raymond may have a bottle of champagne in his hand already. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
He's already been in the clubhouse. See, Raymond's got that earpiece like he's a Secret Service. Somebody's telling him, you're on camera. That's why he always moves in the right position.
Swing and a miss. De Los Santos with a couple of strikeouts. Now we're headed to the 9th inning, and it's going to be Chris Weeks and Matsui. Tigers trying to win a division.
Center fielder, number 4.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Tigers 3, A's 1. It'll be Chris Weeks and Matsui. And when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. He's been terrific this year. Jose Valverde, 44 for 44 in save opportunities. And he is trying to get the save that will send the Tigers to the postseason. First pitch, Coco shows bunt, takes a strike.
And he's basically a two-pitch pitcher. Fastball, split finger fastball. The fastball though is the low 90s. But I think his consistency when he leaves the mound or leaves the bullpen, what he does is unbelievable. Fans are into it. Over 31,000 on hand tonight for this game against the Tigers, and fireworks followed. There's your splitter. So fastball first pitch ahead, then the splitter.
He leads the American League in saves, 3 more than Mariano Rivera. Tigers have a club option for Valverde for 2012. I think they'll pick it up. 0-2 pitch, just a bit outside. Now the Tigers are trying to win their first division title since 1987. When they went to the postseason in 2006, they were the American League wild card team. It would have been a long time since a division title.
Right-handers are not hitting very well against Valverde. Matter of fact, under 200, but he's facing 3 lefties to start this inning.
1-2 pitch. Little looper, right center field. Coming on is Jackson, and he got it in his glove, and it dropped out. Coco digging for second, and he'll be in there. So Coco Crisp gets things going here in the bottom of the ninth.
Got fooled on the pitch, but all you want to do is make contact. The splitter stayed up a little bit. Coco lofted it. Long run by Jackson, who was shading him in left center, and he did not leave his feet. He had Kelly backing him up, but still with the speed of Coco Crisp, able to get to second base as the ball in his glove, then out of his glove. Coco, turn it on right now. Here we go. There he goes.
So here's Jemile Weeks. And now the A's will have the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the ninth inning. First pitch to Weeks is high. Weeks is 0 for 3 as a ground out, a strikeout, and a line out.
Hinge playing possibility of a bunt right in front of the bag at third base. A huge hole on the left side.
There's a strike on the outside corner.
This area here, boy, it's a lot of space there for Jamal to take a ball that way. Jamal has done a good job hitting the ball in left field. Brandon Bosch here, he's out for the season. Mr. Ordonez and Victor Martinez.
High fastball, big swing by Weeks, and he missed it. 1-2. Inge will back off as he was playing in on the grass.
I think Jamal's thinking Ricky.
Yeah.
Swing like Ricky. Now settle down and take your base hit. Actually, Inge playing kind of no doubles at third base. Now he's starting to back off the line and move off the line a little bit.
Pitch, good swing by Weeks, fouls it back. Matsui on deck, and then after Matsui, it'll be Willingham. But at least the A's will get some power up in this inning. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Well, this is the last division clinch for the Tigers. October 4th, 1987. Look at Frank Tanana is the pitcher. Darrell Evans. It was a 1-0 final. Tigers, 3 years after winning the World Series in '84, were division winners again. They would lose to the Minnesota Twins, and the Twins would win the World Series. Here's Matsui. He gets one high and foul on the left field line.
Well, Mike Ilitch, the owner of the Tigers, I mentioned him last night and was told that he was in town, but he did leave. He is not here tonight. Came in hoping for the one game for them to win, to clinch, but that did not happen, so he left town. Still a lot of the brass here of the Tigers, including Dave Dabrowski, the president. Brandon Inge there quite a while, a long time with the Tigers. The fact that he was designated for assignment, he was actually sent to AAA. And now he's back playing third base in what he hopes is the clinching game And Matsui trying to change that.
There is one team already in the postseason. That's the Phillies. They have clinched a postseason spot. They have not clinched the division. So the Tigers trying to be the second of 8. Side 2-1 now to Matsui.
As you said, it's kind of just a matter of time, you figure, for the Tigers. But what a season for the Cleveland Indians. They have to really be happy. Manny Acta, their manager, and so many injuries of the Tribe this season, but yet stuck it out. And if it does end tonight for them, it's been quite a run for a season in which nobody expected them to have the kind of season they did. And considering the injuries, they stayed there a long time, and Jim Leyland and his Tigers kind of took off. Left the White Sox and the Indians a little bit in the dust.
Swing and a miss. There's that high fastball. Matsui chased it. 2-2.
Well, as a 2-pitch pitcher, it's not a bad idea. If you guess and guess correctly, regardless of where it is in the strike or out of the strike zone, you might as well go after it, because he has an excellent split finger fastball.
See what he throws. Matsui on 2-2. Matsui almost chased it again. He was able to hold up. 3-2. Willingham waits.
Well, they recognize the fastball started, but used a strong wrist to stop the swing. Throws him a split and he misses it. Willingham, it's a 3-run home run, walk-off, game over.
I like your thinking.
That's right.
This one's popped up. Inge goes back, and he's got it, and that's out number 2.
From the fastball, 94, did not go to his split finger fastball any of the pitches to get him out. Went straight with the fastball. And it was amazing. You think of a pitcher with 2 pitches. Mariano Rivera with 1 pitch as a closer. But Rich Harden, essentially a couple of pitches, and you figure you can guess correctly, but Valverde has been very good all season.
So it's up to Willingham to keep the ball game going. He homered in the second, his 27th of the year. First pitch in for a strike at 95 miles an hour. Crisp led off the inning with a double. Weeks struck out. Matsui popped out. A 1 pitch, just a bit high. Doug Fister, 8 terrific innings. Valverde trying to wrap it up.
Delvin Young with the Twins, last place. Doug Fister with the Mariners, last place. And here they are, 1 out away from clinching the division on September the 16th.
Cooklook takes off, pitches foul back. How about Wilson Bettamy, Kansas City Royals? Victor Martinez in his first year of a big contract.
He's done everything the Tigers had hoped, and forget about catching, this swing the bat. He's done that, protecting the big guy, Miguel Cabrera. So
Valverde staring in. He's got his sign. 1-2 to Willingham. That one's dribbled to third. Inge has it. Across, and that will do it. And the Detroit Tigers are champions of the American League's Central Division for 2011. So congratulations to Jim Leland and his team. They are headed to the postseason, and they will celebrate tonight here at the Coliseum. The final score is 3-1. So the rubber game, or the series, is tied, a game apiece. But the story right now is the Tigers. So they are headed back to the postseason for the first time since 2006. They got a Cy Young candidate, good offense, and as good a shot as anybody in that AL is they can pitch.
Well, and they have plenty of time to set up their team, their roster, their pitching staff, everything, with a season that's going to end still in a while, a week from Wednesday.
So they'll get a little bit of rest, and they will be ready to go come the postseason. So Tigers win it tonight. They clinch the division. Jim Leland's a happy man. So are his team, and they will enjoy themselves tonight. The A's will head home and come back tomorrow for the day game.
Yeah, couldn't be happy for Jim Leland. He is a good baseball man, the old school, if you will, and he goes right down to the end. And the big man, Verdi, gets the save, and the Tigers, who flew out after winning in Chicago, mentioned a lot of their front office people here and celebrating a division championship. 06 wild card, but as we pointed out, 87 the last time winning the division. And I think Jim Leland a little emotional. Not surprising. He has won it with the Marlins many years ago, 97, and now with the Tigers, where kind of started for him as a catcher in the organization, and one of the real hard-working good guys in the game. He is out here, spends a lot of time at the park every day. So you have to be happy for Jim Leland.
So there are 8 spots in the postseason. 2 are filled. The Philadelphia Phillies are going, and now the Detroit Tigers are headed in. This is the final out.
Now to Brandon Inge, one of the strongest arms in baseball, third, and now Verdi. He gets another save, keeps his streak alive, and Alex Avila, second year Major League Baseball, only 4th year professional baseball. Miguel Cabrera, a couple of years ago, probably never thought that they would not go to postseason, and they didn't, and now they get a chance again in the first round. See how far they go. A lot of excitement tonight, and of course they're looking forward to 3 more celebrations. Division, League Championship, World Series, if that happens, but there will be other teams trying to do the same thing.
So Doug Fister is the winner. He was terrific tonight. Fister gets his 9th win of the year. Trevor Cahill takes the loss. Tigers are champions of the AL Central. So terrific performance by that man right there, Doug Fister. 3-1's the final. Don't go away. A's post-game live with Henry Wolford, and Shooty Babbitt is set to go from the studio. Tigers are headed to the postseason.